Okay, Rabbi, Boker Tov, Mo'adim L'Simcha. Good morning to everybody. We're dedicating the shiur Le'ilui Nishmat Deborah Feiga bat Shemuel, Deborah bat Shemuel, Esther Rivka bat Abraham, Leah bat Yosef, and Monica bat Fanny. You know, last night, I gotta tell you, it was around 12:30, almost 1, and I get an amazing story. After I heard the story, I started to dance. I'm not by myself. Okay? And it's not a story of, Nisim and Niflot, but it's more of a story about what is exactly those days of Sukkot. So the story goes like this. There was a Jew that he got married, I have his name, and he moved to Tzfat for the first year. He went to Tzfat. He says, once he got to Tzfat, the first guy that he met, such a nice person, happy person, all the day smiling and happy. Anyway, so this guy, they started to make a good relationship in between them, good friends. One of those days, let's call him Avi. Avi comes to his friend, the smiling guy, and they were sitting, and then he realized that something is going not so not so halak, not so clean. He asked him, what happened? I see you a little bit sad. What happened to you? He said, no, Chaz Shalom sad. Baruch Hashem, Odun Hashem Kitov, and he starts to. He says that I feel something, everything is okay. So he took him out from the house and he told him, listen, what can I tell you? The truth is that, and he's telling him that his wife is sick, very sick. And they just came back from the US. And results were good. In the middle of his talking and his explanation, he says, but everything is going to be okay. But Olam is going to make miracles, and we have to be b'simcha. To make the long story short, Rabotai, 2 weeks later, the lady passed away. And this Avi comes to be Menachem Le'Abel, comes to the Shiva, and he sees the Shiva, and then obviously he loves so much his wife, his heart for him. And not only that, he realized that right after the Shiva, comes back to normal. Goes out, smiles, he makes some jokes with the people, he's happy. Rabotai, our different Avi couldn't stand it anymore. One of those days, he gets to his friend and he tells him, listen, you gotta tell me what's going on. How come? How it's possible? You're being so happy like nothing happened. I know how much you love your wife. I know how much you were connected to your wife. Now, there are people that Baruch Hashem, they have the power to, even throughout whatever tragedy it is, to continue on. That's a huge ma'ala. But there are people that are able to continue with happiness. It's not something pashut. So he asked him, Avi asked this guy, you gotta tell me what's the secret. Listen up. He says, I want to tell you something. I'm not a special guy, and I just want to tell you, I grew up in the US. My family weren't religious. But not only they weren't religious, but they were getting into fights in between them. My parents, we got divorced when I was in a certain age, maybe it was, 13, 14, they got divorced. After they got divorced, the problems just went bigger and bigger. They were all the time fighting about houses that they had in common. to who belongs, and they were talking all the time negatively one to the other, and I was in the middle, and I suffered. And let me tell you that my suffering went also to school, and I was suffering at school as well. And when I was trying to go to college, everything was going terribly. My test, I had no friends. I was by myself. He says that with the time he started to do teshuvah, and teshuvah helped him, a little bit of emunah, but he wasn't a happy man. He got married, obviously happiness, but with the time, obviously, no happiness. He wasn't able to feel that he's a happy guy. And then he says, one day, it was Erev Rosh Hashanah, and I was sitting with myself thinking which Kabbalah I'm going to take on myself. And I say to myself, my Kabbalah of this year, I want to be sameach. I want to be happy. How am I going to do it? I have so many reasons to how not to be happy. I want it to be, I'm not a successful guy, and I say to myself, 3 conditions. Number 1, whenever I feel something of sadness, automatically I will say words of happiness. If I was feeling also, that something wrong is going, and I had a good reason why to be sad and why to sit down and to cry, I was standing and I was doing actions of happiness. Dancing, moving, going out. He says, let me tell you, people can tell about me. I was the type of guy, I didn't open my mouth. Quiet type of guy. The people thought at the beginning that I got crazy. Well, let me tell you, they got used to it. And today you know me. The people in the neighborhood know. No one knew about the sickness of his wife. No one knew about all the suffering that he passed. He was a happy guy outside and also inside. Every time that they were asking him, how are you? Odul Hashem ki tov. Asher b'charbanu mikol ha'amim, ata b'chartanu mikol ha'amim. Rabotai, I was reading the story and I'm just saying it so short and so without details. I say to myself, how much amount of happiness do we have? I'm not talking about people that are all the time complaining. We're not this type of guys. We're talking about people, we're happy guys. But are we really happy all the time, constantly? We feel happiness? This Avi said, I know this guy until today. And after that tragedy, don't think things weren't fluent. He had a lot of suffering in his life. One thing I can tell you, he was the most happy person that I met. And he was the type of person that gave me mussar for all my life. Avi is a psychologist. He said, instead of treating my patients with medications and stuff, I was more focused on how to make them happy and how to accept them themselves the obligation of being happy. Because most of the problems that people are having today is that there is a month of happiness. That's number 1. But let me tell you one more point. There is a Gemara. The Gemara tells us a story, a famous story. There was a man by name Nicanor. Nicanor wanted to donate the gates of the Beit HaMikdash. Sha'ar Nicanor. He bought beautiful gates, huge gates made up of gold. He put them in the boat and he started to travel. In the middle, what happened? Remember, there was a storm and they tell him, Habibi, you have to throw stuff. One of your doors say Kaddish. Throw it. Sadness, what he can do. He took the door and he threw it. storm continues, the storm continues. And then the second time, they're coming to him, he had to throw the second door. Says the Gemara, he held up the door with both of his hands and he said, no problem. You throw it, you throw me as well. Says the Gemara, what happened? Miyad! Right away. The storm stopped and the water got calm. Not only that, the Gemara tells us, second miracle was, and it was greater than the first one, was that once they got to the fort, the first door floated. Yeah? Went up. Now I have a simple question for you. Can someone explain to me this story? Can someone explain to me what happened to this guy in Nicanor? First time you throw it, second time you don't throw it. מה נשתנה הלילה הזה? מה נשתנה this first door to the second door? What happened? Why the first door you were, fine, I throw it. And the second door, no way. Why you didn't give your life for the first door? What do you want to tell me now? Listen. To lose the whole thing is harder. Right? So I'm saying 1 second. So if it's so important for you, and Mashmata Borei Olam accepted. Borei Olam accepted the first door to be thrown because the proof is that Borei Olam made the first door to come up again. So I heard a beautiful chidush. Thank you. I heard a beautiful chidush, and it says like this. Ay, Rabotai, you think this Nicanor guy was a simple man? Every single action of Nicanor was mechushban. Every single action of Nicanor was correctly. Nicanor knew that Avodat Hashem right now, what is it? To throw the first door. That's Avodat Hashem. I'm holding in a place when there is a storm and there is, according to nature, I have to throw the door. That's Avodat Hashem. But I want the door. Yeah, but then I want something else. With all the sadness of my life, I have to throw the door. Halas. So what happened the second time? Ay. The second time is what Chachamim are teaching us. The Borei Olam is asking from us only one thing. Pitchu li petach kechudo shel machat. Just do one effort. All the rest I'm taking care of. Say Nicanor, my Avodat Hashem, I did it. My piece of, I call it grain, my small act, I already did it. Now it's impossible. If Borei Olam continues, it's up to him now. I want to tell you something. There was a man. I know this rabbi personally. I know him very well. He lives in Israel. Last year, I'm telling you a first story. Last year, he had in Chol HaMoed 30 people invited. One of the days of Chol HaMoed. He's a Yemenite guy. The Yemenites have a special food. It's a special soup, meat soup, something mashu, and it's very hard to make it. And the wife of this fellow took her 2 days to prepare that meal. Very, refined soup. He says over that the people arrive, 30 people in the sukkah upstairs, and he's going down, back and forth, helping out his wife, the kids are helping, everybody's helping. And then his daughter takes up the huge pot of soup. She was walking with the huge pot and the whole soup fell on the floor and the whole entire food got ruined. Now this guy, it's in seconds. Seconds. At the beginning you get a shock. Those are seconds. This guy looks at his wife and he says, Chani! עבדו את השם בשמחה, עבדו את השם בשמחה, בואו לפניו. Starts to sing. ושמחת בחגיך. What happened? This is what happened. You don't see what's going on over here. Borei Olam wanted one thing and that happened. Borei Olam wanted the floor to eat your food. Baruch Hashem happened. ושמחת Rabotai, the family were looking like crazy. But he said, I know that I was able to do exactly the mitzvah Hashem. That it really doesn't matter what happened. I have to do my effort. What is my effort? I'm cooking and I'm preparing and I'm doing for Sukkot, for Yom Tov. Something it's not going according to your plans, Habibi. That's exactly Avodat Hashem. That's exactly your work that you have to do to Hashem. Who said that God wants you right now to eat the food? God doesn't want you to eat the food. So instead of screaming at his daughter and making a whole mess and balagan, anyway they're not gonna eat it, because anyway it's on the floor, do Avodat Hashem. That's why, Rabotai, Sukkot Yitzchot ve'ayita ach sameach. You know what Sukkot? Sukkot is to understand that even inside here when it's hot, and inside here when it's not comfortable, and sometimes, it's a schlep, I gotta go up and I gotta go down, and sleeping in the Sukkah, it's a whole balagan bichlal if we fulfill it or not. And there is so many reasons why to complain. Say, Kadosh Baruch Hu, dafka in those moments, I want you to be ach sameach. Because I want you to understand. I want you to understand that at the end of the day, whatever it's happening in your life, it's Avodat Hashem. So I want to tell you, last story. A guy came up to me, that was first Yom Tov of Sukkot, I think it was. And he tells me, Rabbi, I live here in Miami. He's a single guy. And my mother came to visit me. Rabbi, I can't. It's just, she's on top of me. She's telling me what to do. And I'm not a kid. I'm already touching the 40s. Chazit. And my mother, and she's telling me, no, don't do this, don't do that. And how many times? Rabbi, I moved to Miami to be far from you. I'm just waiting to finish the holiday. Kish from here. So Tzaddik, listen one thing. After the Hag, you're going to kish, and if it's not you, it's going to be your mother. One of you two, it's going to go back to his own. Right now, can you change something in the situation? No. So thinking about, I want already that to finish, is not changing the situation. Right now, what I'm explaining you the situation that you got to be with your mother. Right now, what is Retzon Hashem? What is the willing of God right now from you? Is to be with your mother? Do it with simcha. Rabotai, to see every situation, and I told him that I saw that, or I heard it from one of the great rabbis, that even when a person does an avera, listen this, is Retzon Hashem. Is the willing of God. Obviously, it's not the willing of God for us to make the scene. But once I made the scene, where I'm holding now was Retzon Hashem. How are you going to act? Are you going to be sad? Are you going to be, complaining? God hates me against this. Or it's Retzon Hashem. I want you to act correctly now. To improve yourself with happiness. Last story. As it does before. Last story. I heard in Mamash recently, there was this guy that was in the supermarket in Bnei Brak. There is a supermarket, it's called Yesh. Give? Yesh. Very large supermarket, a lot of people, and you can imagine before Sukkot, packed. And there is a couple. So this rabbi was standing in the line, and he sees a couple in the line next to him, whatever. And you see the guy moving, happy, singing, Breslin guy. Came back from Uman, Uman. And he didn't come with lights, he came over with projectors. And the guy was, and he was next to his cart, moving and singing, and his wife was next to him, Haidva. The rabbi says, I see that his wife, she's nervous. Haidva tells his husband, listen, I forgot his name. Haidva is a real name, I forgot his name. Let's call him Moshe. Don't embarrass me. Stop. Don't embarrass me. He says, Haidva, come on, stop, yalla. Be happy. But Olam is giving us this challenge, be happy. The rabbi thought at the beginning, she was embarrassed that he was like too much happy in the supermarket. They bought an amount of things in the car to put, an amount of 700 shekels. Or 750. 750. They had 400 shekels in this pocket. And he was telling his wife, listen, what Borei Olam wants me? To starve in the Hag? I'm not going to starve. I'm going to buy whatever is necessary. I have only $400? Shekels? Hashem is going to pay the rest. And she looks at him, no. Why Hashem is going to pay the rest? Shtagata. Haidva, be happy. Do it Hashem, Now the rabbi says, I'm watching it. And I say to myself, this guy, or he's a faker, or he's an unbelievable emunah. One of the two. And they're approaching to the cashier. And Rabotai, believe me, it's going to be such an embarrassment. What? What an embarrassment is about to happen. And the rabbi is standing in the next line and watching. And then the rabbi feels that someone touched him. Rabbi, how are you? Oh! Shmuel, how are you doing? Yo, Rabbi, listen. Before the Hag, it's good to give to the guy and this and that. I have a Yesh card. And, I would like to give you are one of the rabbis here in the you know people that need it. There are 350 shekels over here. Give it to
someone in need.
Whoever needs it. Says the rabbi. Azancot Baruch Tzadik. He puts it in his pocket. What do you think? The rabbi gave it to him? Wants to test him. Have emunah, right? Let's see. He says this guy gets to the cashier and the whole thing passed. How much it is? 740. 740 shekels. And the guy says to the cashier, listen, Tzaddik, you see, here there is 400, okay? And the rest Hashem is paying. The guy looks at him, Hashem is paying what? I don't understand your question. What's the return? What God wants for me? To starve in the Hag? No. So I have to buy whatever. I'm buying something extra. I'm buying whatever I need for the Hag. I have only 400. So I'm really giving whatever I can and God is going to pay. And the cashier got confused and he's saying, yes, but no, but 1 second, how are you going to leave? So don't worry. Hashem is going to pay it and he's about to leave. Oh, where are you going? Rabbi, his wife was already out. She was already in the door. She didn't want to. Until at that moment, the rabbi saw what emunah this guy had. Approached him and he told him, come Tzaddik. This is for you. He says, oh! I knew that Hashem is going to send a shaliach. He took up the car and he paid and he called up his wife. Haidva, come, we have extra 10 shekels, go buy an ice cream. Sipur amiti, true story.
True story.
True story, mamash. I can tell you the name of the rabbi. Rabotai, I'm not saying that we're holding those levels of emunah. But I'm saying one thing. That whenever we do an effort, we do our maximum ishtadlut. Whatever happens after is Ratzon Hashem, is the willing of God. So instead of being complaining, let's try to be more happy. I'm talking to you, I'm not talking to you, I'm talking to myself. Let's try to be more happy. Let's try to take the advantage. Act positive. You feel some sadness, do an action of positive. Speak positive. Someone asks you, how you doing? Better and possible. Baruch Hashem. Just to think, it's amazing. It's amazing. What is the first prayer that we mention in the Hagim? What is it? Ata bechartanu mikol ha'amim. We're not fortunate that our Father is Borei Olam. And there are so many goyim outside, lost people, empty people, have nothing in their life, emptiness. And we see how Borei Olam loves us. He's our Father. There is a song, Ashreinu, 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 Sheyesh Lanu. Rabbi, I'm not saying Rabbi. Sheyesh Lanu Abba kaze. We're having such a merit that we have such a Father. That is Borei Olam. It's a reason to be happy. So let's try until the end of the Hajj, at least. Whatever happened. Let's try until the end of the Hajj. Not to be sad, to be happy, to make other people happy. And I'm sure that Borei Olam is going to look at our effort. That Kadosh Baruch Hu is going to give us really happiness for the whole entire year. Baruch Adonai Olam Amen.
קדיש. אח שמח, תרתי משמע. אח שלך, אח שמח.